Hello and welcome to yet another video by Pale Blue Thoughts. Our regular viewers might have gotten a shock after seeing the thumbnail for this video. I assure you, it is not a clickbait. I mean what I say on the thumbnail and video title. I do think allopathy is outdated and an ineffective form of treatment. Please see the entire video and you will see the reason. Our Gyani Baba has been in news for a few years now for various wrong reasons. First, his video on changing the color of iodinated water by adding cow urine was debunked widely. Then his famous COVID medicine named Coronil ran into issues and he had to retract his statement about it being a preventive medicine, or for that matter, any medicine at all. Not one to be satisfied, he recently sparked a controversy by mocking and blaming COVID victims for not breathing properly. In a video that had gone viral on the internet, he said that patients just don't know how to breathe properly and are spreading negativity by complaining of a shortage of oxygen. Now, a couple of days ago, Baba was at it all over again by making a remark against modern medicine doctors, saying that lakhs of people have died after taking allopathic medicines for COVID-19. Now, as a person who backs science to the hilt, why would I support a person who is full of pseudoscience from head to toe? As a free thinker, I firmly believe that it doesn't matter who says what. It is the validity of what one says that matter. So if Gyani Baba says allopathy is outdated and a fake and it doesn't work, I will agree to it. Hello scientific people, welcome to my brand new video on why I agree with Gyani Baba and why I say allopathy is outdated. Many people have a lot of misconceptions regarding the word allopathy. The medical techniques that were in practice in many European countries and in North America around the late 1700s and early 1800s was called heroic medicine. The physicians of the time did not rely on evidence of effectiveness. Heroic medicine was based on the belief that diseases are caused by imbalance among the four humors, which are blood, phlegm, yellow bile and black bile. They sought to treat disease symptoms by correcting that imbalance. Some of the practices that were followed included bloodletting, purging and sweating to shock the body back into health after an illness caused by the humoral imbalance. One of the famous people who went through the medieval process was the founder of the United States, George Washington. Heroic medicine was used to treat George Washington on his deathbed in 1799. He was bled repeatedly and given mercurial chloride and other drugs to induce sweating. Washington died shortly after receiving this rigorous heroic treatment. One of the practitioners of this type of medicine was a German physician named Samuel Hahnemann, who was frustrated at the archaic techniques involved and decided to do something about it. So he created a new medical system called homeopathy and called all other medical techniques as allopathy. The terms allopathic medicine and allopathy are drawn from the Greek prefix allos, which means other or different, plus the suffix pathos, which means suffering. The term allopath was used by Hahnemann and other early homeopaths to highlight the difference they perceived between homeopathy and the conventional heroic medicine of their time. With the term allopathy, Hahnemann intended to point out how physicians of heroic medicine employed therapeutic approaches that, in his view, merely treated symptoms and failed to address the underlying disease. So in fact, allopathy was a term that Hahnemann used to mock or belittle the conventional form of medicine practiced in those days. It is ironical that at one point we got rid of a barbaric system called as heroic medicine, but ended up getting an ineffective form of medicine called homeopathy. More on that later. So where does what Hahnemann called as allopathy stay these days? It is true that in the days of Hahnemann, that is in the early 1800s, people did not have a fair idea about what caused diseases, how to treat diseases, and thus employed various techniques which we now call as unscientific. They did not know the reason why you get sick, so they tried to get rid of the so-called humors through bloodletting, by inducing vomiting, and even trying to remove it via sweat. This definitely was very unscientific and was very distressful for both the patients and the onlookers. Now, what Gyani Baba and many others call as allopathy and what we call as modern medicine has no similarities. For example, today we have all heard of the germ theory. Today, even school kids would know that many diseases are caused by bacteria, viruses, fungi, and other germs. But the people in those days did not have this knowledge. The man widely regarded as the father of germ theory is a man called Robert Koch. Robert Koch was born in the year that Samuel Hahnemann died. So Hahnemann would not have heard of germ theory, which even school kids know today. Even today, his followers don't consider the theory, but do continue to make fake medicines against viruses that they don't consider. But that's for another day. Coming back to allopathy, it was about 50 years after Hahnemann's death that we discovered X-rays. Now you all know the importance of X-rays. It is one of the earliest techniques used to view the internal parts of a live human being, and one which is still in use in medicine today. Hahnemann, the poor chap, had no clue about the internal structure of the human body. It is even after that we discovered that bloods of humans belong to different types such as A, B, O, AB, etc. Chemicals which are now known to be very critical for our existence, like insulin, vitamins, carbohydrates, glucose, all were discovered many years since. Medical techniques like organ transplantation, plastic surgery, imaging techniques such as MRI, PET scans, the list of changes from the age-old days is just endless. What I'm trying to come to is that without all these knowledge, we won't have modern medicine. By calling what is now known as modern medicine by its earliest crude name, allopathy, is a serious disrespect that we are showing to a branch of science which has come far, far, far ahead from its roots. Today's modern medicine is not a standalone branch of science. It merges techniques and discoveries and inventions that have been made in physics, chemistry, computer science, biology, and uses many principles of anatomy, physiology, psychiatry, etc., and has developed into a specialized method of treatment. Today, we no longer consider humans as a whole. We have different specializations to treat the illness of each part of the body, like ophthalmology, nephrology, cardiology, gastroenterology, etc. And as technology evolves in other sciences, modern medicine too grows in stature using those technologies to grow. And that is why it has become completely indistinguishable from what Hahnemann called as allopathy. Now coming back to Gyani Baba before I close for today, the poor chap, like a lot of people around him, still call modern medicine as allopathy. He further disrespects it by asking questions like, if allopathic treatments were effective, why are doctors falling sick? This Baba, instead of mocking allopathy, should ask his close aide Balakrishna about the treatment he received from the All India Institute of Medical Sciences, where the latter was hospitalized on the 23rd of August 2019 after he complained of chest pain and giddiness. We have seen many people mock modern science, but where do they end up when sick? At a modern medicine hospital. If this isn't hypocrisy, then I don't understand the word at all. Anyways, since he's a yoga guru, he must be very much trained in putting his foot in his mouth and has no shame in retracting his foolish statements from time to time, which I believe he has done yet again, but with some 25 questions worthy of the trash can. Another of his marketing ploy to sell more of his so-called Pata Nahi Anjali products. All trash, nothing less, nothing more. I know there may be some thoughts in many people right now. I can predict that about the so-called pharma mafia, anecdotal evidences about the effectiveness of shaken sugar pills in water, and about the side effects of modern medicine. All I can say is relax, hold on. I will expose those scams in the coming videos. So the point that I was trying to make with this video is this: the right name for the scientific evidence-based medicine system that is prevalent today is modern medicine or evidence-based medicine, and we should use that name instead of what some doctor had called it 2 centuries ago. Today the situation has turned on its head. Today there is modern medicine and then there are the others. The intention of the video is to point out that the word allopathy is wrong to describe the present medical system, and hence my statement that I agree with Gyani Baba that allopathy is outdated and ineffective, whereas modern medicine works, and it works beautifully because it is based on science, and anything that is based on science has to work. I hope you liked this video. If you did, only if you did like and understand the contents, then please like, comment and share. Till next time, it's bye-bye from Pale Blue Thoughts.